My name is David Harrell, and I am an actor living in New York City. I've been doing plays and television for a long time, and what I realized was that I have a unique voice and something to offer. So I wrote 2 solo plays about my life growing up. See, I was born without my right hand, and as a kid growing up, I never saw anyone who looked like me, and I always had to figure out how to be in the world as someone who looked a little bit different.
Was David just talking to somebody on the bench? Because it sounded like he was talking to somebody on the bench, but there is nobody there. And question number 2 is, let me guess, why do I wear this thing? Well, I wear this thing because my hand, it looks like this. Oh my gosh, why does your hand look like that? It looks so weird.
And I really wanted to feel normal, like everybody else, but I wasn't sure what normal was. It seemed to be like the guys I saw after football games on Friday nights who had Letterman jackets and girlfriends. And I thought if I could accomplish things, then I could be normal, like those guys. But in my entire life, I never felt normal until I realized that my hand is just one of the many differences that make me completely and beautifully normal, because it's just a part of me.
My hand looks like this because I was born this way. And I wear this thing because, well, this hook helps me tie my shoes. It helps me pick things up and maintain my balance. It helps me. And if I'm really honest with you, you see, I just want to be included with all of you guys on the playground.
So I wrote 2 solo plays. The first is called The Boy Who Would Be Captain Hook. Now, it's an autobiographical story of my childhood growing up. I wore a prosthetic hook until I was in 5th grade. And when I went to the playground at school, kids would be a little frightened of me. They wouldn't know how to include me. So in my story, I'm not included on the playground until it becomes Peter Pan, because I am the perfect Captain Hook. Now, it's great to be included and to feel like I'm a part of something, but I soon realized that they only see me as Captain Hook and not as anything or anyone else. So I have to go on a journey to find all the different things that I can do with and without my hook, and all the different things that make me who I am. And that ultimately my hand and my hook are again just one of the many differences that make me who I am, and there are many different parts that I can play. As a teaching artist, I get so excited to share my story with students. Number 1, I think it's important for students to see a physical disability up close and personal. Sometimes they don't get to see that very often. So I think introducing them to someone with a physical disability is an important step. Secondly, I think the transcendence of difference comes across in my play. You may see me sitting there or standing there with one hand, but you begin to recognize that you may also feel like you have things that make you a little different. And hopefully at the end of my plays, you realize that those differences make you completely and beautifully normal and unique and special just the way you are. So that's why I love to do what I do, because I want to give that information, that process to other students and to children to realize that we all have differences. Some of us have different eye color, some of us have different hair color, but within those differences lives our humanity. And when we recognize and accept the differences in ourselves, we can have a better chance to accept the differences in others.
I want you to remember that all the things that make you different make you who you are. And when you're able to see the differences in you, then maybe you can begin to accept the differences in others too.